Playing cards. I can't think of anything that makes me want to question life more than playing cards. Even though I did make my own deck of playing cards, a missing piece deck, which is going to be shipping out to all the backers hopefully very, very soon. And I'm going to be offering a deck for sale also relatively soon. But now I got some competition from Sony. That's right, Sony. I perused on to my local Five Below where I like to check out some shotties. Little tip on chicks. Hot girls love cheap shit. So you might confuse yourself in thinking, oh wow, I'm going to pick up a girl at a bar. You're an idiot. Go to the Five Below. Go to the Ross. Go to the Marshalls. Go to the TJ Maxx. Go to the Target, especially in the wine section at Sunday. You want to make sure that you talk to them then because you know that they ain't got no boyfriends. Oh, man. Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but it's just that my girlfriend recently passed away, and she used to love this, but I never had a chance to try it. Have you had this before? Do you think it's any good? Yeah, it's very hard. Unfortunately, she died due to blunt trauma force from my big penis. But do you want to share the bottle? Sharing the bottle. But here's what you get if you pick up a Sony PlayStation deck of playing cards. So it comes in this little tin case where it resembles a PlayStation 1. Now, these cards are made in China by some sort of factory without any love for playing cards. So, you know, the quality is going to be 8. You might be tempted to try to press the power button to turn it on, but it's not real. It's made out of some sort of cheap metal. And you open it and you get your deck of playing cards. Now, full sense of disclosure here, I've already opened the deck, and the cellophane that came out of it was probably the weirdest I've ever experienced. If you could see there, it's like waxy. It's like the sort of cellophane you might get from a fucking thalidomide pills. Loveless. A loveless cellophane. And of course, we have the main event, the playing cards. Now, the playing cards obviously are PlayStation themed. The Jokers resemble the DualShock controllers that are famous in PlayStation games. And the cards are the symbols on the controller. Look at that. We have the famous square, circle, triangle, X. The courts and the cards all have the same. You see that? So they're all X. They're all X out. So if you have the courts, you're going to have to look at the little symbol on the corner in order to determine the difference between whichever one they are, because they're all the same. And of course, the other ones are just represented by the amount of circles or X's or squares you might find. The cards feel exactly like you would imagine. They feel as if you took a small child away from its parents at an early age. They spread all right. You could do your little fans with the cards. You could do your little moves. You see this? The thing you do at Denny's to try to attract the old women. They fare a little bit like George Soros, but once you get them in, look at that. Look at that. You get a nice little cascade there. So they're not too bad if you want to give this to your autistic stepson, because his father's no longer in his life and you're now required to take care of him because, well, his mom is pretty hot. I would say they're probably good for cardistry because you see the logo and all the little kids on Instagram are going to go, whoa, that's crazy, dude. Did you see the flip move that he just did? Did you see the flip move? I'm never going to see a woman naked. A push-up. I've never done a push-up. Have you seen my pipe arms? They're all equidistant. It's all the same. It's a cylinder. You could do some tricks, like you could show the 9 of diamonds or the 9 of triangles and then place it in the middle and then do a little snap. And then look, the 9, because I pressed the controller button, it came to the top. You see that? It came to the top of the deck. Who would have thunk that? But I did it based on because I played the game. Look, if I press the button, let's get the Joker here. Look, here's a Joker. Take the Joker. Take it. And look, we get the triangle and the 9 of triangle, and we put it inside and press the triangle button on the controller. Press it. And look, it comes to the top because you press the button. Don't press it too much because then I'm going to come. I don't think there's ever been a company that's produced a deck of playing cards outside of the typical manufacturers that's ever made one of quality. For some reason, they don't want to pay a company like Make Playing Cards to manufacture their cards and put them at some decent quality. So you end up with like AIDS and you see the imperfections of the cards. But if you're like a nerd gamer character as a magician, you could take these out and show people card tricks and then let them know that you're a gamer. Honestly, the only game you should be playing is The Art of the Squeal, which is available now. It's my brand new book. You could take a look at it in the link in the description section below, full of moves, routines, tricks, rave reviews. You should check it out. Or you should play the PigCake Magic Academy game, which is just you signing up to the PigCake Magic Academy and getting access to over 1,400 videos going over card subcoin stuff. You get a 7-day free trial if you look at the link in the description section below. That is the lower tier. You're the piggybacker. You're not necessarily getting access to the full Academy lessons, but it gets you a nice taster as to the sort of content that you might expect from your boy Piggy. I think the key word here is loveless, my friends. You had some sort of consultation company that I'm sure were told, hey, look, you could sell these cards at a cheap cost and people will probably buy them just for the novelty of the tin and the playing cards. And some white man raises his hand in a boardroom meeting and they go, hey, man, sorry, we're not going to address you first because we got to address this guy, you know, the guy with the makeup and the tattoos and stuff. And they go, oh, well, what do you have to say? And he goes, I don't have anything to say. And then they go back to the white dude and they go, oh, so what'd you, now that they don't have anything to say, what do you got to say? And he says, well, why don't we worry about the quality of the cards? And maybe they might be like something that catches on among the card collecting community, or somewhat like the magicians, or maybe people that play with cards who want to consider making them of quality. And then a tattoo guy with the nose piercing and the thalidomide looks at him and goes, hey, first of all, you misgendered the playing cards. And second of all, nobody cares about the quality. Huh? You cis white male. Nobody cares. So how about we just print them out with the lowest bidder and then you shut up. You shut your stupid mouth. And then Disney. So you could pick them up at $5 below. They were labeled as $5. I ended up paying $2 for them. So I should have bought like a bunch of them. I usually like to use shitty playing cards and tutorials just to prove to anyone out there that it's capable of you doing magic tricks with decks that aren't necessarily of quality. But I don't know if you could do a lot with these because, well, at least they're black on black. So George Floyd, but they're not necessarily good cards for actual sleight of hand. The good thing usually when it comes to these cards that are, again, black on black like crime, what happens is that you don't see them. So right now I could have a reverse card in the deck. I could do a double lift, for example, and you don't see the border. By the way, that wasn't a double lift. I wanted to do one, but I couldn't. See, that's a double lift. And what's good about these is that you don't necessarily see the border because it's all black on black. So if you see them, get them. I mean, $2, you really can't go bad. If I were to pay maybe $5 for this, I'd probably end up wanting to punch a puppy. But I don't know. Go to $5 below, pick up some bitches, and get some playing cards. Some advice at the end of the video: never look directly into a light because then you see the little thing, and if you're driving, you might confuse that for a stop sign, and you might hit an old lady. I got this from Amazon. It's a multi-tool. Yesterday, I was helping my friend out at his house, and usually I like to carry a knife, a little kit, like a little thing that lets you cut things and use it as a screwdriver, and I didn't have it on me. Look at Mr. Prepared at all times. So I got this little thing. It's a multi-tool from Amazon. Now, here's the thing. The EDC people are going to be upset at me because this is a shitty $15 kit. They want essentially me to pay $150 and get a Leatherman. What? So I'm going to test this out. My logic is over quality, over quantity and availability is this is $15. If this breaks, if this falters, if I lose it because I'm a very clumsy guy, guess what? It's just $15. That's it. I'm not going to care about it. If it's a Leatherman, yeah, I paid more. I'm probably going to care about it more. But no, this is pretty much the same. It's diminishing returns. So I'm going to put this puppy out in the test. I think I'm going to help him move and do some duck stuff. So that's going to require the use of some screwdrivers and various knives and maybe pliers. So I'll give it a good review. But I think these are worthwhile to carry on you. They're good, especially if you ride a motorcycle like me, and then some idiot decides to drop your bike while it's in a parking lot, and you have to pull up a pipe so that now you could keep going. It's a lot of stuff. So things like this are very useful to have.
I see you again, when 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 I see